The weight of success bore down on me as I surveyed the gleaming empire I had built, Lawson Steel, a testament to my unwavering determination. Yet, amid the towering stacks of metal and the cacophony of industrious clangs, an unsettling dissonance echoed within the walls of my meticulously curated life. Elena, my wife, the radiant sun around which my world orbited, seemed increasingly distant, her once vibrant spirit dimming with each passing day. Her luminous eyes, which had once captivated me with their depth and warmth, now held a yearning quality that chilled me to the core. One crisp morning, as I fastened the cufflinks to my impeccably tailored suit, a foreign scent wafted through the air, disrupting the familiar notes of Elena's signature perfume. It was unmistakably masculine, a subtle yet profound intrusion into the sanctity of our home. "Elena," I called out, my voice betraying none of the turmoil that churned within me. "What's that scent you're wearing today?" Her response came like a well-rehearsed script, the words flowing a little too smoothly. "Oh, just a sample I tried at the perfume shop today. Nothing caught my fancy, though." Yet, my instincts, honed by years of navigating the cutthroat business world, sensed the falsehood beneath her nonchalant tone. That scent, I recognized it all too well. A cologne I had once favored, its woodsy notes now taunting me with the possibility of betrayal. Uncertainty gnawed at me, a relentless ache that no amount of wealth or success could soothe. In desperation, I turned to Sarah, a childhood friend whose unwavering loyalty had weathered the storms of time. Her keen eyes did not miss the shift in my demeanor, the brooding silence that had replaced my usual jovial spirit. Over glasses of whiskey, the harsh truth spilled from my lips, raw and unfiltered. Sarah listened, her expression a blend of concern and steely resolve. "Don't jump to conclusions, Mark," she cautioned, her voice firm yet gentle. "But if there's truth to your suspicions, you deserve better than this." Her words ignited a glimmer of hope within me, and she subtly guided me towards a path of discovery, suggesting a trusted friend who could provide discreet surveillance. The wheels were set in motion, and I clung to the belief that the truth, no matter how painful, would ultimately set me free. Sarah's words resonated with a weight that transcended mere friendship. Her unwavering loyalty and keen perception had become a beacon, guiding me through the turbulent waters of doubt and betrayal that threatened to capsize my world. With a newfound determination, I sought out Jack, a former police detective whose razor-sharp instincts and discreet professionalism were legendary. His steely gaze betrayed no emotion as I laid bare the sordid details of my suspicions, the words tumbling forth like a torrent of pent-up anguish. "I need to know the truth, Jack," I implored, my voice thick with a desperation that I could scarcely recognize as my own. "No matter the cost." Jack's response was a curt nod, a silent acknowledgement of the gravity of the task at hand. From that moment on, a whirlwind of covert surveillance and meticulous documentation ensued, each damning piece of evidence a razor-sharp incision into the fabric of the life I had so carefully constructed. Photos, receipts, every sordid detail meticulously captured through Jack's practiced eye, a tapestry of deceit that wove itself around my once idyllic existence. Elena, blissfully unaware, reveled in her stolen moments with Daniel, the charming young artist whose passionate declarations stood in stark contrast to my own stoic facade. Their plans for a future together grew bolder, fueled by a delusional sense of secrecy that only served to deepen the chasm of betrayal. Each furtive glance, every whispered endearment, carved a jagged path through my heart, laying waste to the unwavering trust that had once been the bedrock of our union. Then, one fateful evening, as Daniel awaited Elena's arrival at their usual rendezvous spot, a sleek black car glided to a halt beside him. The tinted windows offered no hint of the storm that was about to be unleashed upon his world. I stepped out, my face a mask of cold fury, the weight of his transgressions etched into every line, every crevice. Daniel, caught off guard, stammered excuses, his youthful bravado crumbling under the weight of my steely gaze. "Don't make a scene," I growled, my voice a low, menacing rumble that brooked no argument. "Get in the car." Taken to a remote warehouse, the echoes of our footsteps reverberating through the cavernous space. Daniel found himself face to face with Jack, a burly figure whose knowing glint spoke volumes of the reckoning that was to come. In that moment, a plan born of sleepless nights fueled by betrayal unfolded with a chilling precision. I would not expose Elena, not publicly, no messy divorce, no tarnished reputations. Instead, I would break them both, slowly, mercilessly, until the very foundations of their delusions crumbled to dust. "You have a choice," I stated, my voice devoid of emotion, yet laced with an undercurrent of menace that sent a shiver down Daniel's spine. Vanish from Elena's life forever, or face the consequences. Fear, potent and primal, overwhelmed Daniel, stripping away the last vestiges of his bravado. He agreed, a whimper replacing the grandiose declarations that had once fueled his delusions of grandeur. A hefty sum of cash, enough to start a new life far away, sealed the deal. But before Daniel could disappear into the ether, I had one final demand. A confession, a damning admission of his true motives, captured on video for posterity. With trembling hands, he obliged, his words a bitter pill to swallow. I was leaving Elena for the money Mark gave me. I never loved her. It was just her beauty and wealth that I was after. As Daniel slunk away, the weight of his betrayal a millstone around his neck, I felt a twisted sense of satisfaction course through my veins. The first phase of my reckoning was complete, but the true test lay ahead, with Elena herself in the crosshairs of my meticulously crafted vengeance. As Daniel slunk away into the night, the weight of his betrayal a millstone around his neck, I felt a twisted sense of satisfaction course through my veins. The first phase of my meticulously crafted vengeance had been executed flawlessly, but the true test lay ahead, Elena herself, the woman who had once been the unwavering center of my universe, now stood squarely in the crosshairs of my wrath. Back home, the facade of normalcy remained intact, a thin veneer barely concealing the maelstrom of emotions that raged beneath the surface. Elena, blissfully unaware of the tempest that had been unleashed, found only a cryptic note from Daniel, a feeble goodbye devoid of any explanation. In the weeks that followed, the walls of our once idyllic home became a prison, the air thick with the weight of unspoken truths. Elena, her eyes clouded with confusion and a burgeoning sense of dread, sought solace in my stoic silence, unaware that it masked a slow-burning fury that would soon consume us both. I bided my time, meticulously plotting the coup de grace that would shatter the delusions she had so carefully constructed. The anniversary party, a lavish affair that had once symbolized the pinnacle of our union, would now serve as the stage for her ultimate reckoning. As the guests arrived, their laughter and champagne toasts a jarring counterpoint to the darkness that lurked within, I made my final preparations. With a discreet flick of a switch, a video began to play, its images searing into the collective consciousness of those in attendance. Elena's stolen moments with Daniel, captured in vivid detail, unfolded before their eyes, each furtive glance, every passionate embrace, a cruel reminder of her betrayal. The guests, initially stunned into silence, erupted into a cacophony of whispers and shocked gasps, their judgmental stares boring into Elena's soul. "No, Elena," I spoke, my voice cutting through the din like a razor-sharp blade. "Stay. Tonight, everyone hears the truth." She turned to flee, her cheeks flushed with shame and humiliation, but Sarah, her steely glint now tinged with a hint of pity, blocked her path. I was the predator, savoring the kill, and Elena was the prey, caught in the inescapable snare of my vengeance. With a chilling calmness that belied the depths of my fury, I revealed the final piece of the puzzle, Daniel's disappearance, a subtle threat hanging in the air like a miasma of dread. The party guests, their initial shock giving way to a potent cocktail of pity and disgust, turned their withering gazes upon Elena, their once admiring glances now tainted by the bitter aftertaste of her deception. In the aftermath, I wasted no time in stripping her of the trappings of our once gilded life. The lavish properties, the designer baubles, all were torn from her grasp with a ruthless efficiency that left her reeling. Divorce papers, cold and impersonal, severed the last vestiges of our union, leaving her adrift in a sea of consequences wrought by her own folly. Elena, broken and bereft, could do little more than beg for forgiveness, her pleas falling upon ears deafened by the weight of her transgressions. I was unmoved, resolute in my conviction that she had forfeited any claim to absolution. As the dust settled, and the echoes of her sobs faded into the ether, I surveyed the wreckage of our once idyllic life, a bitter triumph born of a love twisted by the cruelest of betrayals. Elena had been broken, her spirit shattered, and in that moment, I felt a perverse sense of vindication. A hollow victory, to be sure, but one that would forever stand as a testament to the depths of my wrath. This is where our story comes to an end. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for your precious time. If you enjoyed this story, then please make sure you subscribe to this channel. That would help me a lot. Click on the video you see on the screen, and I will see you there.